According to the Public Health Agency of Canada, in BC there were over 13,000 people who were HIV positive between 2002 and 2008. Now, over half those people live right here in Vancouver. Both TransLink and Metro Vancouver refused interviews with us today, but Johnny Carline, the Chief Administrator of Metro Vancouver, has said in the past that he feels Surrey will bear the biggest brunt of regional growth in the next 30 years. Last year, the Canucks' loss in the second round to Chicago was quite the disappointment, but they've worked hard these past few months and have secured the top spot in the league. So now they're entering this playoff season with confidence and excitement. Bob Rennie says that a total of 128 condos have been sold so far. Now that's out of a possible 230, bringing the grand total to about $100 million. But despite Rennie's confidence, protesters feel that's still not good enough, saying that social housing hasn't been a priority since the very beginning. As you can see, this is quite the workout. And if you're interested in getting involved in mixed martial arts, you can head down to Dynamic Studio on Cambie or visit their website for more information. In Vancouver, I'm Ellie Shortt for BCIT Magazine. It may look like he's going nowhere fast, but this cyclist is trying to get voices heard, not cover distance.
It's a DC motor running backwards, so it puts out power instead of taking in power.
It's a green way of getting voices heard at a rally protesting the decision to not involve Green Party leader Elizabeth May in the televised federal election debates.
I'm very grateful to our bicycle-powered microphone because, as you can tell, this fresh, new voice is not sounding so very fresh or so very new.
Even though her vocal cords were a little worse for wear, the message was loud and clear.
So I'm afraid I'm not impressed with the other leaders' commitment to democracy. I'm not impressed with the consortium's willingness to be capricious and arbitrary in their decision-making.
In the 2008 election, the Green Party garnered almost 1 million votes and has gained significant support since. So why then is Elizabeth May not included in televised debate? Well, the networks involved say it's because the Green Party doesn't hold a seat in Parliament. But May and her supporters feel that it's not just about seats, but more so an undemocratic decision that serves the interests of the broadcasters involved and not that of the Canadian people.
Here we have a consortium of broadcasters deciding how elections should be run, right? Or how election debates should be run. It's very, very undemocratic.
This decision by the consortium is against the public interest. It actually leaves Canadians who are not engaged even less engaged. The largest proportion of the Canadian public that supports the Green Party are young. And this decision, of course, will further disengage young people from the political process.
With all the support from Canadians young and old, perhaps May will get a chance to have her voice heard after all. And who knows, maybe they'll even let her bring along her bike-powered mic. Ellie Shortt in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine. Stanley Cup season is upon us and Canucks fans are gearing up for the playoffs, literally.
So I got my Canucks jersey on. I had a Canucks cape. It's just in the basket over there. And then the bandana, painted my hair blue because that's Canuck colors, green face.
$56.
This past week, stores carrying Canucks merchandise have been extra busy, selling everything from hats to scarves.
Oh, since the end of the season to today, I'd probably say we're about 25% up already. Yeah, it's been really exciting. People are in a good mood and the city's hype right now. Yeah, we got all the name and number jerseys right here. Canstone's probably the #1 seller right now with his great season, 40-plus goals. Very hot. People are looking for him.
Fan favorites include traditional jerseys, while the hot new items take on an old aesthetic.
It's the special edition jersey they only wore this year. It's a 1970 jersey that they brought into the league when they came to the league. It won't be available next year. This is it. So this has been a hot seller for sure.
But no matter what your preference, it's clear that sporting Canucks gear is a great way for both fans and players to get hyped about the playoffs.
Oh man, I'm so excited, man. This is our year. this is our year. That's what it comes down to. If they look up there and they see you all decked out, it gets them excited too, and then they'll play better.
Well, if that's the case, then the Canucks are in for a great playoff season because there's plenty of fan wear to go around. And even I can get into the Canucks spirit. I got my jersey on, my big Peter Pointer Go Canucks Go finger. Buddy Luongo and I are ready to go for the playoffs. Ellie Shortt in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine. Easter is over a month and a half away, but Vancouver-based Purdy's Chocolates is already deep in preparation for this chocolatey holiday. And although it's a busy time of year, those who work at Purdy's say it's also a rewarding time of year.
It's incredibly busy, but you see the smiles on our customers' face when they're buying Easter chocolates. Is nothing better than that. It's fantastic to see.
And for those that make these chocolates, the joy is all year round, not just at Easter.
The smell, the feeling, the smiles of people as they eat it. You know, even our factory staff, nobody ever gets tired of it. They always sample on the line.
There's something magical about chocolate. I mean, we can talk about the technical and the artistic. It's a magic food. It's the most craved food in the world. And when you eat chocolate, it makes you feel great.
And that great feeling all starts inside this building where the chocolates are made. Purdy's invited us to get a behind-the-scenes look inside their factory. Let's go check it out. This mix will soon become the center of English toffee. But before it gets to this ready-to-eat stage, it must be poured, cut, and cooled. Now after it's done cooling, they coat it in milk chocolate and then dust it with freshly roasted almonds. This is by far one of my favorites. And being such a chocolate enthusiast myself, I couldn't pass up a lesson with a top chocolatier. So today we're going to make something completely new. It's going to be a pear and cinnamon truffle. I'm very excited to learn how to make this, and hopefully I don't mess up too much. And with that, we're off, filling up some milk chocolate molds with truffly goodness. But of course, my amateur hands weren't quick enough, and the pro had to take over and finish things off. And then it was time for a taste test. And even though it's not quite Easter yet, I got my cocoa fix, and Gary got a guinea pig for a new creation.
Very nice.
Ellie Shortt in Vancouver for BCIT Magazine. The newest video game technology is putting you in the game, literally. As Jeremy Bosch explains, Xbox's Kinect turns you into the controller. With an unusually severe midweek windstorm battering Vancouver Island, all ferries were canceled. Chandler Grieve went to Tsawwassen Ferry Terminal and found a young band making the best of their time with an impromptu practice. Moving now from fashion to food, and especially the foods that do make our pants a little tighter. The Vancouver's Baker Market held their first annual cupcake eating contest, and Allison Riley had a front row seat for all the cupcake carnage. Last week on Horsepower, Jonathan Horst determined that the Scion XD doesn't quite appeal to young people. Now, this has created a bit of a heated discussion amongst our colleagues, and of course, Zam Karim has challenged Jonathan with a car he feels will get people a bit more revved up.